finished painting. First thing we do, got some, this is A3 glossy board, it's 300 GSM in weight, and it's got a glossy finish on one side and a matte finish on the other, and we use the glossy side. So I always do a bit of masking tape. Roll the masking tape up and just roll it, and then set that in the corner, press it down, and just do that with all four sides. That way it stops your paper from moving. There's nothing worse than when you're trying to do something with your painting and your paper's starting to shift. So that's our four sides taped down. And our mask. And so today we're going to do a moon stencil. So we're just going to do the moon, so we want a reasonable stencil. Always put it to one side or the other. Try not to, the arties get a bit finicky if you put stuff in the middle. So put it to one side or the other, and up or down, but try and keep it away from the middle. Now put our mask on, and we just give it a quick light spray to get the edge, and we know where the template is going to sit. You've got a can and it's got some quick spray. After I finish painting, get a bit of terps on a rag, get your nozzle. Just quickly wipe over the nozzle and it stops it from clogging up. So we take our template off, and there's our outline. So now we're just going to do a simple moon. We'll put whatever colours you want to put on there. So give it a good shake. Wipe the nozzle. Just watch you don't drip any on there. Another colour. get a bit of paper, it doesn't matter whether it's a bit of newspaper, old page out of an old magazine.
And the most important thing is to, when you're doing this, is to let the layers dry. If you don't let the layers dry, when you put the template on there, it'll stick. And when you pick the template up, it'll have holes in your paint, it'll take your paint straight off. So let it dry, give it 20 minutes, half an hour. I use a little heater thing here. I might put that on and just heater thing here, little heat gun, and I just put it to the side. I've also got a little timer, so what I'll do is I'll set that going, and that tells me how long I've had the gun going for. I usually give it, as I said, about 20 minutes, half an hour, and that way I know each layer is going to be pretty dry before I touch it. So we'll let that dry and we'll come back. So, make yourself a cup of coffee, cup of tea, whatever takes your fancy, and we will be back. This is my cup. Cheers. Okay, so what I did forget was we need to shade our moon. Wherever the light is coming from, have dark on one side and light on the other. So we'll just have our mask. And just try and curve it. Remember, you're trying to you're trying to project a 3D object, so you're trying to give the impression of that it's a 3D object and it's got shape, it's got form. So you're just trying to go around with your spray, just quick light spray. So same with the other side, but using white. Now, I've been asked before about how I get my craters on the moon, so I'll let you into a little secret. You get a brush and you dip the end of the brush into a bit of turps. And shake most of it off, and then using your fingers
just lightly flick over the painting. If you want some even bigger craters, get a little what do you call these things? Well, these eyedropper things, and just a light drop. And you'll see the crater stuff. Okay, so our paint is dry now, so we get our template. You can use anything. Just make sure you've got a reasonably thin edge on it, and after a little while you'll get a build-up of paint. You can just either run a scraper or a bit of emery or something, just get the old paint off it. And then they're good to go again. So that's our template. I'm just putting it to one side and get our little trusty mask, and we give it a good spray. You've got to make sure you get all around these corners, all around the edges of your template. So again, give it a good shake. So it's really handy having a table that you can move and maneuver around like that. Make sure you get all the sides, and you're good to go. Caspar. Caspar. Alright, now what I usually do is when you go to put your stars on, if you put them on now with the paint being wet, what it does is you don't have that clear edge for your stars. It disperses them. I mean, it can give a good effect. It can make it look like it's a cluster of stars from a distance, but all of your stars will do that. So what I tend to do is let this dry, and while you're letting it dry, the best thing to do is move your template. If you leave your template on there, it's gonna stick. So, and we just got to make sure when we put it back on there that we put it back as close or near as damn it. But if you take it off now, you won't have that problem. So there's our moon with the shading and the other side.
So we'll put our heat gun back on again and we'll let this dry. We'll put the template back on again and we'll sprinkle some stars, and we might even put a comet or something, or a sun that's in the background in the distance. Okay, that's pretty well dry now. It's always going to depend on how thick you put the paint on as to how long it dries. There's a couple of little tacky spots here, but the majority of it's okay. So our main area is around where our moon is. So now we're going to put some stars in the background. So what we need to do is put our template back on and try and get our template as near as damn it to our original position. You're never going to do it 100%, but you can get pretty close. So make sure your template is clean. No hairs on it. It's the only problem with working outside is you get plagued with hairs, dog hairs, dust, bugs. Alright, that's pretty close. Near as damn it. So what we're now going to do is we're going to put a bit of, I'll just keep some old tins, keep them on one side, and spray a bit of paint in there. And a bit of our white. Got a little bit of paint in there. You don't need a lot. Always give your nozzles a quick clean, and that way you know that they're ready to go. Any of your tins that are empty, pull the nozzle off. Get hold of some terps and put your nozzles in some terps, and that'll clean them up. And if you happen to get a blockage, you've got them on one side and you can put a new nozzle on, or another nozzle on. You can either toss this, or you can use them for weights, whatever else you want to use them for. So now we're going to do our stars. So we get our brush, just put a little bit on there, and I usually use a tapping stick, a bit of metal or something, and just lightly tap. You can go different directions to get different spray of your stars, so just lightly tap. You can do that in different colours if you want, yellows or reds, to give you, yellow stars, or red dwarfs, or whatever your imagination takes you. So we'll wash our brush. Brush. Now if you want, you can put a little bit of a halo around the edge if you like. So we might do that, and we'll get a get a little bit of a lighter colour, I'm choosing Creation Blue, and we'll just give it a light spray just on the edge of the template, and it'll just give it that bit of a halo. So quick spray. And clean your nozzle. And pull that off. Now if we want to put a comet or something like that, we can get a tin of white, put it on, and a quick tap, and there's our comet. Cozy, cozy. And clean our template, our nozzle. Cozy. Now, if you don't want it as dark as this, you can always put some blues or something like that when you're doing your black. You know, get a darker blue, and just put a little bit of blue in a few patches, which will brighten it up. And we'll pretty well call that it, I think. So what I always do with my paintings is I get a can of the clear, give it a good shake, and I spray across, and then I spray up and down, and that gives it at least 2 good coats, and then I sign it and date it, and that's your artwork finished. So cozy. Clean the nozzle. We get our little scraper, and we sign it. So I think the date today is, I think it's the 6th of June 2017. And there's our moon finished painting.